Okay, so my story is called Queens. Once upon a time, there were 3 queens and 3 queen/kingdoms far, far away. The first, Amalea, the queen of the land of dust, was queen by birthright, lack of male sibling, and so on. The second, Veronica Leda, the queen of the waterways, had been married to the king at just 12 years old and acquired her title by marriage. The third, Eva Singwa, whose husband, the eldest son of the Holy Kingdom of Vulcania's royal family, had passed on their wedding night. She had been the reigning supreme in the land of Vulcania. Whereas Veronica Leda started sweating, flustered, and looking up and down the long table, searchingly trying to catch the only 2 other females' eyes. When Amalea, Queen of Dust, finally caught the insignificant married to the royal eyes, she wrinkled her forehead while trying to decipher what the wife of one of her arch-enemies was trying to mouth. She sent for her trusted servant to relay the message, and whence he, Jean-Baptiste, a handsome young pleb, returned with a message from the queen, Veronica Leda, smirking slightly. She couldn't quite believe the words from his mouth. Breaking with the interests of the diplomatic arrangement, Amalea sent Jean-Baptiste to relay the same message to Eva Singwa. Shortly after, during halftime, when the menfolk would go smoke shishas in the man harem tent, Amalea, Eva Singwa, and Veronica Leda, each taking a different path to the women's bath. Once they found themselves in private, Veronica Leda spoke up first. "Thank you so much, fellow queen sisters, for coming to my help. In all the years as queen, has never such an embarrassing thing happened to me at an outdoor event. You must understand, it is my lunar bloodbath, and I've come unprepared." "Worry not, Veronica Leda," said Eva Singwa. "As queen by birthright or dead king, I have been able to surround myself with female guards that do not my husband serve, him being dead and all, which means they are free from contamination of the seed. I have been able to use my cunning female slaves to come up in unison with a handy tool to not stain official thrones and such at the lunar bloodbath." Amalea, feeling her internal guard slowly coming down and relaxing, also started speaking the familiar tone. "Yes, indeed, I have been able to call upon scientists in my land to sort out these monthly inconveniences. I, however, have also found that there is strength in the changes in body and mind during these times. Let us not waste time here without calling on suspicions of the menfold and kings," Eva Singwa said. "Do you have a spare contraption to aid Veronica Leda on you?" "Good, so that should be fine. I am intrigued, however, of what powers of sisterhood this is called forth. I suggest we shall make secret meetings and communications to inquire and invest in this new form of dialogue, less bloodthirsty and warlike behavior in these baths than I ever encountered. It is as if we have forgotten our warring histories and have leveled ourselves despite different heritage and power." From that day forth, the 3 queens would send carrier pigeons with messages, often complaining of the unfair treatment that was even bestowed upon queens of the land themselves due to their gender and biology. Why was it that only male children were to become heirs of the throne? Why was it that in these circumstances women often killed their newborn daughters? Why was it that their female servants were made love to against their will by the menfolk of the palace and court? Why was it that as women in their courts they were made to wear things that were uncomfortable, almost making them faint to appear slim and waif-like, while their husbands and male courtiers were proudly wearing their big bellies? Secret meetings between the queens became more frequent as well to discuss this issue and plan a secret revolution of female rights and equality. But it was not to be. One of their meetings was found out by the kings of the kingdoms surrounding the land of dust, the land of Vulcania, and the land of waterways. And these kings made a pact too. Treason against all manfolk in the 5 kingdoms of the Salome region was to be a crime, punishable with the worst of all fates, expulsion. By forces far greater than had ever been summoned, the 3 queens were banished, never to return to a land so far away, no one in the civilized world could point it out on the common land maps. This place, more magical than anyone had imagined because they'd never been there, was what is now known to the world as New York City. And where exactly can you find their imprint, these queen made so long ago? They settled in a wonderful place and proceeded to name it, obviously after themselves, Queens. So if you ever manage to venture there, make sure you look out for the descendants. A common tribe called drag queens, bound by the force of sisterhood through the ages, not lunar bloodbaths and weakness of spirit. Most venerated in glittering clothing, with voices like angels, celebrated, adored, and if legends hold true, the secret rulers of the modern world.